Are you over 65 and feeling like your body is betraying you even though you're doing everything right? Do you eat your fruits every day, take your morning walks and follow all the health advice you've heard for decades, yet you still wake up with aching joints, swollen legs, and that persistent fatigue that seems to follow you everywhere? What if I told you that some of the healthy fruits sitting in your kitchen right now, the ones you've been eating faithfully for years, could actually be sabotaging your health and making you feel older than you really are? I know this sounds impossible. After all, we've been told our entire lives that fruits are nature's medicine, packed with vitamins and antioxidants. But here's what nobody talks about. Your body at 65 is not the same body you had at 35. The way you process certain foods has fundamentally changed, and what once nourished you might now be causing inflammation, blood sugar spikes, and even contributing to that stubborn weight that refuses to budge. Think about it. Have you noticed that you can't eat the same way you used to without consequences? That foods that never bothered you before now leave you feeling bloated, tired, or uncomfortable? That's not in your head. That's your body sending you signals that it needs different fuel now. The pharmaceutical industry and many well-meaning doctors often miss this crucial point. They're quick to prescribe medications for your symptoms, pills for your blood pressure, pills for your cholesterol, pills for your joint pain, but they rarely address the root cause that might be sitting right there on your kitchen counter, disguised as a healthy snack. Here's the truth that might shock you. Some of the most popular fruits that health experts recommend can actually accelerate aging in people over 65. They can spike your blood sugar higher than candy, trigger inflammatory responses that leave your joints screaming, and mess with your digestive system in ways that affect everything from your energy levels to your sleep quality. But here's what's even more concerning. Every day you continue eating these seemingly innocent fruits, you could be undoing all the good work you're doing with exercise, supplements, and other healthy choices. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. I've spent years researching the specific nutritional needs of adults over 65, and I've discovered that the conventional wisdom about fruit consumption is not just wrong for our age group. It can be downright dangerous. The metabolism changes, the decreased insulin sensitivity, the slower digestion, the increased susceptibility to inflammation. All of these factors mean we need to be much more selective about which fruits we choose. But here's the good news. There are 4 specific fruits that can actually reverse many of these age-related challenges. Fruits that can help reduce inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, improve circulation, and give you back that energy you thought was gone forever. By the end of this presentation, you'll know exactly which fruits to avoid and which ones to embrace. You'll understand why your body reacts differently now, and most importantly, you'll have a clear action plan to start feeling better within days. Let me paint a picture of what's really happening inside your body after 65, because understanding this will change everything about how you approach nutrition. Your digestive system, which has served you faithfully for decades, starts operating like an older car. It still works, but it needs different fuel and more careful maintenance. The stomach acid that once broke down foods efficiently has decreased. The enzymes that processed sugars and complex carbohydrates aren't as abundant or as active. But here's where it gets really concerning. Your pancreas, the organ responsible for producing insulin to manage blood sugar, becomes less responsive with age. This means that fruits high in fructose and glucose, fruits that a 30-year-old body handles easily, can send your blood sugar on a roller coaster ride that leaves you feeling exhausted, dizzy, and craving more sugar within hours. Think of it this way. Imagine your body's blood sugar management system as a sophisticated orchestra. In your younger years, every instrument played in perfect harmony. But now some instruments are playing slightly off-key, others are delayed in their response, and the conductor, your pancreas, sometimes misses the beat. When you eat high-sugar fruits, it's like suddenly playing heavy metal music with this delicate, aging orchestra. The result? Chaos. This blood sugar chaos doesn't just make you feel tired, it triggers a cascade of inflammatory responses throughout your body. Your joints ache more, your muscles feel stiff, your circulation slows down, leading to cold hands and feet, and sometimes that uncomfortable swelling in your legs and ankles that seems to get worse as the day progresses. But there's another factor that makes this even more critical: medication interactions. Many of us are taking blood thinners, blood pressure medications, or diabetes medications. Certain fruits can either amplify or counteract these medications in ways that can be genuinely dangerous. Your doctor might have mentioned avoiding grapefruit with certain medications, but several other common fruits can cause similar interactions. Here's what's particularly frustrating. The nutritional advice you see online or from healthcare providers is often based on studies done on younger adults. A 25-year-old's response to a banana is completely different from a 70-year-old's response. Yet we're all given the same dietary recommendations, as if age doesn't matter. Your kidneys are also working differently now. They're not as efficient at filtering out excess sugars and processing certain compounds found in fruits. This means that fruits high in potassium, while generally healthy, might actually be problematic if you're dealing with kidney function changes or taking certain medications. And let's talk about something nobody wants to discuss, but everyone experiences: digestive sensitivity. The same apple that never bothered you before might now cause bloating, gas, or digestive discomfort. This isn't weakness. This is your body telling you that its needs have evolved. The bottom line is this: your body has earned the right to be treated with respect and specificity. It's time to stop following generic advice and start eating in a way that honors your body is current reality. Dangerous fruit. Number 1. Grapes. Everyone loves grapes. They're convenient, sweet, and seem so innocent. But what I'm about to tell you about grapes might completely change how you view this seemingly harmless fruit. Here's what nobody tells you. Grapes are essentially nature's candy, and for people over 65, they can be more dangerous than actual candy. A single cup of grapes contains nearly 16 grams of sugar. That's more sugar than many cookies. But here's the kicker: it's primarily fructose, which your aging liver struggles to process efficiently. When you eat grapes, especially on an empty stomach, your blood sugar doesn't just rise, it skyrockets. Your pancreas goes into overdrive trying to produce enough insulin to handle this sugar bomb. For many people over 65, this creates what doctors call reactive hypoglycemia. Your blood sugar spikes dramatically, then crashes just as dramatically, leaving you feeling shaky, tired, and craving more sugar. But the blood sugar impact is just the beginning. Grapes are also incredibly high in resveratrol, which sounds healthy, and in small amounts it can be. But here's what's concerning. If you're taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin or even daily aspirin, the resveratrol in grapes can amplify these effects dramatically. This means increased risk of bruising, bleeding, and potentially dangerous interactions that your doctor might not even connect to your fruit consumption. I've seen cases where people were mystified by unexplained bruising or bleeding issues, only to discover that their daily grape consumption was interacting with their medications. The scariest part? This interaction can take weeks to show up, so you might not make the connection. And let's talk about what grapes do to your digestive system. That sweet taste comes at a cost. Grapes ferment quickly in your digestive tract, especially if your digestion has slowed down with age. This fermentation process creates gas, bloating, and can disrupt the delicate balance of bacteria in your gut. There's also the pesticide issue that's particularly concerning for older adults. Grapes are consistently on the dirty dozen list of fruits with the highest pesticide residues. Your aging liver and kidneys are less efficient at processing these toxins, meaning they can accumulate in your system over time. But perhaps most concerning is what I call the portion distortion effect. Because grapes seem healthy and are easy to eat, people often consume far more than they realize. You sit down with a bowl of grapes while watching TV, and before you know it, you've consumed the sugar equivalent of several candy bars. Have you noticed increased joint stiffness or inflammation after eating grapes? That sugar spike followed by the crash creates a perfect storm for inflammatory responses throughout your body. Dangerous fruit. Number 2. Bananas. Bananas have been marketed as the perfect health food for so long that questioning them feels almost heretical. But for people over 65, bananas can be a hidden health saboteur. First, let's talk about the sugar content that everyone seems to ignore. A medium banana contains about 14 grams of sugar and 27 grams of carbohydrates. But here's what makes this particularly problematic. Bananas have a high glycemic index, meaning they cause rapid spikes in blood sugar. Your aging metabolism simply cannot handle these sudden glucose surges the way it used to. When you eat a banana, especially a ripe one, you're essentially consuming a concentrated sugar bomb that hits your bloodstream faster than many processed snacks. Your pancreas scrambles to produce insulin, but at our age, insulin sensitivity is already compromised. The result? That banana that's supposed to give you energy actually leaves you feeling tired, sluggish, and craving more carbohydrates within a couple of hours. But here's where bananas become particularly dangerous for people in our age group. The potassium content that everyone praises can actually be harmful if you're dealing with kidney function changes or taking certain medications. A single banana contains over 400 milliliters of potassium. If you're taking ACE inhibitors for blood pressure, potassium-sparing diuretics, or if you have any degree of kidney dysfunction, this potassium load can push your levels dangerously high. Hyperkalemia, elevated potassium levels, can cause irregular heart rhythms, muscle weakness, and in severe cases, can be life-threatening. Your doctor might monitor your potassium levels if you're on certain medications, but they rarely ask about your banana consumption. Let's also address the digestive impact that nobody talks about. Bananas are high in resistant starch, especially when they're less ripe. While this is often touted as beneficial, for many people over 65 with slower digestion, this resistant starch can cause significant bloating, gas, and digestive discomfort. The ripening process creates another problem. As bananas ripen and develop those brown spots, they're actually converting their starches to simple sugars at an accelerated rate. That perfectly ripe banana you enjoy, it's delivering sugar to your system even faster than a less ripe one would. There's also the issue of banana dependency. Because bananas provide that quick energy spike, followed by a crash, many people find themselves reaching for them repeatedly throughout the day, creating a cycle of blood sugar highs and lows that keeps your body in a constant state of metabolic stress. Have you ever noticed feeling unusually tired or experiencing heart palpitations after eating bananas? Your body might be trying to tell you something important. Dangerous fruit number 3, pineapple. Pineapple seems like such a tropical, healthy choice. But for people over 65, pineapple can be one of the most problematic fruits you can consume. Let's start with the sugar content that's hidden behind all that tropical appeal. A single cup of pineapple chunks contains over 16 grams of sugar. That's more than many desserts. But unlike gradual sugar release from other sources, pineapple delivers this sugar payload rapidly because of its high water content and specific sugar types. But here's what makes pineapple particularly treacherous. It contains an enzyme called bromelain, which sounds beneficial and is often marketed as anti-inflammatory. However, bromelain can be dangerous for people over 65, especially if you're taking any blood-thinning medications. This enzyme actually breaks down proteins and can significantly increase bleeding risk. If you're on warfarin, aspirin, clopidogrel, or any other blood thinner, eating pineapple regularly can lead to unexpected bleeding, easy bruising, and potentially dangerous complications. I've seen cases where people scheduled for surgery were shocked to learn they needed to stop eating pineapple weeks in advance because of bleeding risks they never knew existed. The acidity of pineapple presents another significant problem for older adults. Pineapple is highly acidic, with a pH between 3.2 and 4.0. As we age, our stomach lining becomes more sensitive, and many people over 65 already deal with acid reflux, heartburn, or gastritis. Consuming acidic pineapple can exacerbate these conditions dramatically. But there's another issue that's particularly relevant for people our age: pineapple's inflammatory potential. While bromelain is marketed as anti-inflammatory, the high sugar content and acidity can actually trigger inflammatory responses in many people over 65. This inflammation can contribute to joint pain, arthritis flare-ups, and general body stiffness. The fiber content in pineapple can also be problematic for older adults with sensitive digestive systems. The rough, fibrous texture can be difficult to digest and may cause bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. There's also the issue of portion control with pineapple. Because it's so sweet and refreshing, it's easy to eat large amounts without realizing it. That small bowl of pineapple chunks might actually contain the sugar equivalent of multiple pieces of candy. Have you noticed increased heartburn, unusual bruising, or digestive upset that correlates with eating tropical fruits? Dangerous fruit number 4, dried fruits. Dried fruits might seem like the ultimate healthy snack, but here's the shocking truth. Dried fruits are potentially the most dangerous items in this entire list. Let's start with the astronomical sugar content. When fruit is dried, all the water is removed, but all the sugar remains concentrated into a tiny package. A small handful of dates, maybe 3 or 4 pieces, contains over 20 grams of sugar. That's more sugar than a candy bar, delivered in a form that your body absorbs incredibly quickly. But here's what makes this particularly devastating. Dried fruits have an extremely high glycemic index, meaning they spike your blood sugar faster and higher than almost any other food. Your aging pancreas gets overwhelmed trying to process this sugar tsunami. The result? Dangerous blood sugar spikes followed by crashes that leave you feeling dizzy, weak, and desperately craving more sugar. Raisins are particularly problematic. Just a small box of raisins contains 25 grams of sugar. That's equivalent to drinking a small soda, but somehow we've been convinced it's healthy because it comes from grapes. Your body doesn't care about the source. Sugar is sugar. The dehydration process also concentrates pesticides and other chemicals to dangerous levels. Conventional dried fruits can contain pesticide residues that are 5 to 10 times higher than fresh fruits. Your aging liver and kidneys can become overwhelmed by this chemical load. But there's another hidden danger: sulfur dioxide preservatives. Many dried fruits are treated with sulfites to maintain color and extend shelf life. These preservatives can trigger severe reactions in sensitive individuals, including breathing difficulties, headaches, and digestive upset. As we age, we often become more sensitive to these chemical additives. The texture of dried fruits presents yet another problem for older adults. They're sticky, chewy, and tend to cling to teeth, creating perfect breeding grounds for bacteria. Many people over 65 already deal with dental issues, dry mouth or gum disease, and dried fruits can exacerbate these problems significantly. Portion control becomes nearly impossible with dried fruits because they're so small and seem so innocent. You can easily consume the sugar equivalent of 8 to 10 pieces of fresh fruit in just a few minutes of snacking. Have you noticed blood sugar swings, increased dental problems, or unexpected fatigue after eating dried fruit snacks? I know what you're thinking right now. If these common fruits are causing problems, what can you eat? Are you doomed to avoid fruit entirely? Absolutely not. In fact, I have incredible news for you. The problem is not fruit itself, it's eating the wrong fruits for your current stage of life. Just as you wouldn't wear the same clothes at 65 that you wore at 25, your nutritional needs have evolved. There are specific fruits that can actually reverse many of the health challenges you might be experiencing. Fruits that work with your slower metabolism instead of overwhelming it. Fruits that support stable blood sugar instead of creating dangerous spikes. Fruits that reduce inflammation instead of triggering it. These aren't exotic, expensive superfruits. They're readily available, affordable fruits that you probably walk past in the grocery store every week. The difference is knowing which ones to choose and how to incorporate them into your daily routine. The best part? You don't have to make dramatic changes to your entire diet. By simply swapping out the problematic fruits for the beneficial ones I'm about to share, you can start experiencing positive changes within days. Better energy, improved digestion, more stable moods, reduced inflammation, all from making smarter fruit choices. Your body wants to feel good. It wants to have energy. It wants to move without pain and digest food without discomfort. Sometimes it just needs the right fuel to remember how to do these things efficiently. The 4 life-saving fruits you must eat after 65. Beneficial fruit number 1, avocados. Yes, avocado is a fruit, and it might just be the most perfect fruit for people over 65. While other fruits assault your system with sugar, avocados work with your aging metabolism. Here's what makes avocados absolutely essential. They contain virtually no sugar. While other fruits deliver 15-20 grams of sugar per serving, a whole avocado contains less than 1 gram. This means you can enjoy satisfying, nutritious fruit without the blood sugar roller coaster. But the benefits go far beyond avoiding sugar spikes. Avocados are loaded with monounsaturated fats, the same heart-healthy fats found in olive oil. These fats are crucial for people over 65 because they help reduce inflammation throughout the body, support brain function, and actually help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins more efficiently. The potassium content in avocados is particularly beneficial, but delivered alongside beneficial fats and fiber that slow absorption and prevent dangerous potassium spikes. This means you get blood pressure and heart health benefits without the risks associated with bananas. For people dealing with arthritis or joint inflammation, avocados contain powerful anti-inflammatory compounds called oleic acid and omega-3 fatty acids. Regular avocado consumption has been shown to reduce inflammatory markers in the blood, which can translate to less joint pain and improved mobility. The fiber content in avocados is gentle and actually helps regulate digestion in both directions, preventing both constipation and diarrhea. This fiber also helps you feel satisfied longer, preventing the snack cravings that lead to poor food choices. Here's something surprising. Avocados can actually help your body process other foods more effectively. The healthy fats help slow the absorption of carbohydrates from other foods you eat at the same meal, leading to more stable blood sugar levels throughout the day. From a practical standpoint, avocados are incredibly versatile. You can eat them plain with salt, mash them into guacamole, slice them onto salads, or blend them into smoothies for creamy texture without adding dairy. Beneficial fruit, but too, berries. If there's one category of fruits that seems designed specifically for people over 65, it's berries. They deliver powerful nutrition while actually supporting healthy aging. First, the sugar content. A full cup of fresh blueberries contains only about 15 grams of sugar, significantly less than a banana or grapes. But here's what's even better, that sugar is delivered alongside so much fiber and water that it's absorbed slowly and steadily, preventing dangerous blood sugar spikes. The fiber content in berries is extraordinary. A cup of raspberries contains 8 grams of fiber, more than many whole grain cereals. This fiber is gentle and actually helps regulate your entire digestive system. Many people over 65 struggle with digestive regularity, and berries can help restore natural, comfortable patterns. But here's where berries become truly remarkable. They're loaded with anthocyanins, the compounds that give them their deep colors. These anthocyanins are powerful anti-inflammatory agents that specifically target the types of inflammation that increase with age. Regular berry consumption has been shown to reduce inflammatory markers in the blood. The brain benefits of berries are particularly important for people over 65. Multiple studies have shown that regular berry consumption can help maintain cognitive function, improve memory, and even slow age-related mental decline. The antioxidants in berries actually cross the blood-brain barrier and accumulate in areas responsible for learning and memory. For people dealing with circulation issues, berries offer remarkable benefits. The compounds in berries help strengthen blood vessel walls, improve circulation, and can even help reduce blood pressure naturally. Many people notice that regular berry consumption helps with cold hands and feet and reduces leg swelling. Berries are also naturally antimicrobial and can help support immune system function, which tends to decline with age. The vitamin C content is substantial, but it's delivered alongside other compounds that help your body actually use that vitamin C more effectively than synthetic supplements. From a practical standpoint, berries are incredibly convenient. Fresh berries are wonderful when in season, but frozen berries are available year-round and retain most of their nutritional value. Beneficial fruit number 3, apples. You might be surprised to see apples on this beneficial list, but the secret lies in choosing the right varieties and eating them correctly. Choose tart, less sweet varieties like Granny Smith, Braeburn, or Northern Spy. These contain significantly less sugar than sweet varieties like Red Delicious. A medium Granny Smith apple contains about 19 grams of carbohydrates, but much of that is fiber and complex carbohydrates processed slowly by your system. Here's what makes properly chosen apples beneficial. They contain a unique type of fiber called pectin. which has remarkable effects on blood sugar control. Pectin actually slows the absorption of sugars in your digestive tract, preventing the spikes that cause problems with other fruits. But here's the crucial part. You must eat the entire apple, including the skin, to get these benefits. The pectin is concentrated in and just under the skin, and removing it eliminates most of the blood sugar stabilizing effects. The skin also contains quercetin, a powerful anti-inflammatory compound that's particularly beneficial for people dealing with arthritis. The fiber content in whole apples is substantial, about 4 grams per medium apple. And this fiber is gentle and actually helps regulate digestion while feeding beneficial bacteria in your gut. Many people over 65 notice improved digestive comfort when they add a daily apple to their routine. For people dealing with cholesterol issues, apples offer specific benefits. The pectin fiber has been shown to help lower LDL, bad cholesterol levels naturally. Regular apple consumption can be a valuable addition to other cholesterol management strategies. Here's how to maximize the benefits. Choose tart varieties, eat them with the skin on, and consider timing your apple consumption strategically. Eating an apple 30 minutes before a meal can help stabilize blood sugar response to the entire meal, thanks to the pectin's effects on digestion. The key is moderation and mindful selection. 1 medium tart apple per day, eaten whole with the skin, can provide significant health benefits without the risks associated with higher sugar fruits. Beneficial fruit. 4. Citrus fruits. Citrus fruits, when chosen and prepared correctly, can be incredibly beneficial for people over 65. The key is understanding which citrus fruits offer the most benefits with the least risk. Lemons and limes are the superstars of the citrus family for older adults. Unlike sweet oranges or grapefruits, lemons and limes are extremely low in sugar. A whole lemon contains only about 1.5 grams of sugar, but they're packed with vitamin C, citrus bioflavonoids, and compounds that can actually help stabilize blood sugar and reduce inflammation. Here's what makes lemons particularly powerful. They contain a compound called limonene, which has been shown to support liver function and help with detoxification. As we age, our liver becomes less efficient at processing toxins, medications, and metabolic waste products. The compounds in lemons can help support these crucial liver functions. The citric acid in lemons and limes, while acidic, actually has an alkalizing effect once metabolized in your body. This can help counteract the inflammatory effects of other foods and may help with conditions like gout or kidney stone prevention. But here's the crucial part about consuming citrus safely. You should never eat citrus fruits on an empty stomach or in large quantities. The acidity can be harsh on aging digestive systems. Instead, use lemon or lime juice as flavor enhancers in water, tea, or added to meals. For people taking medications, which includes most adults over 65, it's important to note that grapefruit should generally be avoided due to its interactions with many common medications. However, lemons and limes don't have these same interaction issues. The bioflavonoids in citrus fruits, particularly hesperidin and naringenin, have been shown to support cardiovascular health. These compounds help strengthen blood vessel walls, improve circulation, and may help with blood pressure management. Vitamin C from fresh citrus is also crucial for collagen production, which affects everything from skin health to joint function to wound healing. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at producing collagen, so getting adequate vitamin C from natural sources becomes increasingly important. Here's how to incorporate citrus safely. Start each day with warm water and fresh lemon juice. Use lime juice to season foods instead of salt, and add small amounts of fresh citrus juice to teas or other beverages. The key is using citrus as a flavoring and vitamin source rather than eating whole citrus fruits daily. As we reach the end of our time together today, I want you to take a moment and really think about how you're feeling right now. Maybe you're surprised by some of what you've learned. Maybe you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, or perhaps you're feeling hopeful for the first time in a while about your health journey. Here's what I want you to understand. Everything I've shared with you today isn't about restriction or taking away foods you enjoy. It's about empowerment. It's about giving you the knowledge to make choices that actually serve your body at this stage of your life. You've lived 65+ years on this earth. You've accumulated wisdom, experience, and perspective that younger people simply don't have. Your body deserves that same level of wisdom and respect when it comes to nutrition. You wouldn't drive your car the same way at 200,000 miles as you did when it was brand new, and your body deserves the same thoughtful consideration. The beautiful truth is that it's never too late to make changes that can dramatically improve how you feel. Your body is remarkably resilient and adaptive. Within days of making these simple fruit swaps, many people notice improved energy levels, better digestion, reduced inflammation, and an overall sense of vitality they thought was gone forever. Think about waking up tomorrow morning and actually feeling rested. Imagine moving through your day without that 3 p.m. energy crash. Picture yourself feeling confident in your food choices, knowing that everything you're eating is actually supporting your health rather than working against it. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Start with just one change. Maybe swap out those grapes for a handful of berries. Replace that morning banana with half an avocado. Add lemon to your water instead of reaching for that box of raisins. Small changes compound into significant improvements over time. Your family, your friends, and most importantly, you yourself deserve to have you feeling your absolute best. You have grandchildren to play with, adventures to experience, and years of joy ahead of you. Don't let poor fruit choices rob you of the vitality that's rightfully yours. If this information has been helpful to you, I want to hear about it. Take a moment right now to leave a comment below. Type 1 if you learned something new today that you're going to implement. Share which of the dangerous fruits surprised you most, or tell us which beneficial fruit you're most excited to try. Our channel is dedicated to bringing you science-backed information to help you live a healthier, more energetic, and balanced life. We provide practical solutions to improve your diet, body, and mind, all in an easy and accessible way. Ready to take the next step toward a healthier life? Check out the recommended products that can support your journey. Find the links in the pinned comment. Subscribe now and turn on notifications to stay updated with the best tips on longevity, nutrition, and wellness. Let's transform our health together. Your experience and insights in the comments can help other people in our community who are on the same journey. We're all in this together, supporting each other toward better health and vitality. Remember, you have the power to feel better starting today. Your body is waiting for you to give it exactly what it needs to thrive. Make that choice. You deserve it.